Hi. Are you involved with someone who you really feel is so far along the narcissistic spectrum of behavior, or a drama king or drama queen or an overall crazy maker, that you're wondering, should you continue in the relationship? Can this person, if they choose to, be healed? Can narcissists ever really get better and then have a secure attachment to one person and live a normal life and be wonderful partners who give and receive love consistently and with stability? Hi, I'm Beverly Banov Brown, and I have been an intuitive all of my life and a professional life and love coach for now over 30 years. I still cherish every session that I do. I love making these videos for you because I get to share some of the insights that I've acquired from working with so many clients who have so many different constellations of challenges. It's a wonderful thing to see as we go along what is the core issue, which I try to identify as soon as possible. And the main one that I've had the ability to identify now for these many years is abandonment. That is a core fear on the part of virtually everyone I've worked with. Betrayal, abandonment, lack of trust, first in themselves and then in other people. What does this, you might ask, have to do with the answer to the question, can a narcissist, a drama king or queen or crazy maker, ever get healthy enough to have the healthy, beautiful, ongoing relationship with you that you want and that you deserve? The answer is as varied as the people who I have met and worked with and that my clients have been involved with and that I personally have had experience being in relationship with in the last few years. I don't believe in giving up on anyone. I believe that everyone has the capacity to heal, to get better, to reclaim Eden, as my coaching practice name would imply. It's called Eden Regained, Intuitive Life and Love Coaching, because we may have lost Eden for a while. We may have wandered far from the garden gate, but the gate always was open and it still is. So in answer to the question, yes, if and only if the narcissistic individual has been shaken up severely, their consciousness rocked, their world deeply upset by change, do they ever seem to be willing to really look at their stuff and say, oh my God, it may not be everybody else's fault after all. Maybe I've got to take some personal responsibility and look at what my part in it was, since I'm the only common denominator in all these situations. Whether it's serial monogamy with partner after partner to the point where some of them don't even remember the names of individuals with whom they've had love affairs, people who they've lived with, people who they've slept with, maybe 1,000 times, and they don't even know their names. They don't know their children's names if there were any. They don't know what they did for a living, because the truth is they didn't care. The truth is they never really bothered to listen all that well in the first place, beyond what was necessary to create the initial impression that they did care, that they did adore the other person, etc., etc., etc. Remember, you're dealing with consummate actors here. Remember that you're dealing with people who are constantly on the lookout for battery charger supply from you or from whomever they can get it from. Remember that you're dealing with people who hate to be single. Why? Because then they do not have readily available at all times of the day and night someone who's going to give them that uplift, that charge, that battery replacement that they yearn for. Because in their own selves, there is very little true self-esteem, even though they may come off as arrogant, as all-knowing, as holier than thou, as set apart and deserving special treatment from everybody in the universe, and especially you if you're their partner. So, what are some of the things that can shake up a narcissist sufficiently to get him or her to consider going for some coaching, to consider really looking at their stuff and taking some real responsibility, and maybe even making amends to some of the people who they've devastated when they've dumped them so easily and so quickly that it's really made those people sit in absolute mystification as to what happened, after all the love and care and consideration that they lavished upon the narcissist. One of the things that can happen, golden nugget number 1 for today that I'd love to share from my heart to your heart. A narcissist, if there is profound loss, like the loss of a business, a home, a car, a relationship, the loss of their child, an estranged partner, a spouse perhaps, saying, you can't see this child anymore because I'm afraid that you're going to keep doing the harm to him or her that you've done to me, or that you've already been doing to him or her. And so I have to protect that child from you. And then there are legal issues and visitation battles and all kinds of other complications which can ensue. That sometimes is sufficient to really get the attention of the narcissist. Golden nugget number 2 for today that I'd love to share with you is one of the other things that can happen to the narcissist, particularly as they're getting older and they want to get something nailed down where they think they're going to have some level of stability and security in terms of making things look good. Because remember, with them it's all the image. It's how am I showing up? Do I have eye candy on my arm to look good? Is this somebody who dresses really well, who has money perhaps and prestige, who's an authority in some area of life? Oh, it goes on, doesn't it? Sometimes, after so much has happened and they've had so many losses repeatedly, the light will go on, even just a little bit, and they will decide that maybe just possibly, it wouldn't be a bad idea to take a look and see from another perspective and say, what else is possible here? How can I become a better person? And sometimes, golden nugget, next golden nugget, meeting someone who models for them such integrity, such unconditional love, such goodness, will ignite that spark of divinity that they've forgotten. Because remember, most times, unless they are full-blown narcissists or sociopaths, narcissists do have some sense of conscience. They do have some awareness of right and wrong, and they know better than to just dump people like they're garbage, like they're disposable Kleenex, and they've done it anyway. And so they may not be absolutely malicious and sadistic, but close enough so they can do you harm. The question that you have to ask for yourself is, how are you protecting your heart? How are you protecting, if you have children with this person, your children, your family, other members of the family who might be scapegoated by the narcissist? Oh, this is a complicated question, and I truly hope that this has helped you to get some insight into the conundrum emotionally that you're dealing with if you are involved with such a person. So do I say take your love away from this person? Never. Do I say love them from a safe distance? Always. And only you can determine for yourself, in the privacy of your own contemplation, what is a safe distance for you at this time. If there's emotional abuse going on, if there's gaslighting, if there's physical abuse, shoving, pushing, hitting, then it's another whole ball game, isn't it? Then you know you've got to get away and set healthy boundaries and make them stick. And if you're unable to do that, you need a life coach like myself who's had to do it herself more than once, because I don't talk out of textbooks. You know that if you watch my videos. You deserve better. And I want you to have it. And I want to do everything I can do, whether it's making more videos or working with you individually. I'm working on books right now, and hopefully they'll be finished and available for you soon. Don't settle. You don't need to settle. Keep building up your own strength, your own talents, your own abilities, and let that narcissist go and find his own way. There are people out there for you to have phenomenal relationships with, people who can securely bond with you and co-create beautiful relationships. Keep it simple, why don't you? All right, that's it for now. Please be in touch with me. Feel free to email me. You can reach me by leaving a commentary underneath the YouTube screen. You can always reach me at coachhq@gmail.com, which is my email address. You can go to my website, which is yourenduringlovementor.com, all one word. You can watch my other videos. You can share this and other videos that I've made and help other people to awaken to what's really going on in all too many relationships, where they're getting hurt, where they're being discarded for no good reason, except that the narcissist just suddenly decided he needed someone else who was newer, the flavor of the month, so to speak, the novelty of the day. What kind of way is that to live? It's like trying to be on quicksand and build a house. And what happens? It's going to sink because there's no foundation. I want better than that for you. All right. Bye for now, and namaste. I bow to the light that you are, and I want you to know how much I admire your courage in watching this and listening to it and hearing that the likelihood of the narcissist ever deciding, and it is a conscious decision, to change sufficiently, to investigate who's really home, it's very strong likelihood they ain't going to do it in this lifetime. So get on with your own life. Bye for now.